Hi there, welcome. My name is Venmo Kleid. This is Kaleidoscope Yoga. And today we're going to be doing a slow flow for body confidence. And before we dive into a little meditation at the beginning, we're going to start with a little self-massage. And the idea behind this is to just dive into that mind-body connection. So the first thing we're going to start with is our hands. So go ahead and open up the left palm. You can take your right hand, set your right thumb in the center of the left palm, and just start to kind of rotate it. I don't know about you, but I love getting my hands massaged. I know it's a little different when you do it yourself, but it still gets that fascia moving around, can get the circulation flowing a little bit more. And if you do it softly and gently, it really sends this beautiful message of love to yourself. So I have to tell you a funny story. But before I do, go ahead and start to take your thumb and bring it to the base of your palm. And like under each finger, just kind of press up until you get to that knuckle. And just move to each one. So I was at a festival, and one of my friends was camping across the way from me. Go ahead and take that into the fingertips now, all the way from the base of the finger to the tips. And it was a warm morning, and I remember watching her put on lotion, and she was so gentle when she did it. You know, it was like every time she applied the lotion, it was just this loving act of self-care. And I had to laugh because when I put on lotion, or I've noticed even when I wash my face, go ahead and switch hands, that I am not very loving about it. I slap the lotion on and I, vigorously rub it in. And, it's the same thing with my face. I put the lotion on or the soap on my hands, and then I, scrub it into my face really fast and hard. And I started to become aware of that. And started to realize that, it was just everything you do to your body, everything you say to your body, the way that you, react to things about your body. I mean, it knows for sure. And so I really started to pay attention to those kinds of things. As little as they are, they still offer up loving kindness to myself. And the energy is so different from when you just sit there and, slap on lotion, to where you lovingly, pat it into your skin, or, you find these nice little motions. It's just such a different thought, a different idea, and a different feeling. So that might be something that you notice if you happen to apply lotion. I have very dry skin, so I apply it a couple of times a day. Okay, so we've got our hands. Go ahead and stretch those fingers out, make fists, really getting in between the fingers, stretching out through the palms. Go ahead and rotate the wrists. And instead of noticing how stiff we might be feeling, maybe focus on the action of what you're doing and the end result, which is, to feel a little looser in the body and to send yourself some self-love messages. So let's bring the fingers now right into the elbow pit, and you're just going to kind of do the same thing as you did with the fingers. And we're just going to rub the thumb and bring it down to the wrists. And then the bottom of the hand can kind of grip around the arm, and just this little loving grip here, as if you're being held. Go ahead up and down a couple times here. I think my favorite part of my body to get massaged is my arms. I love it so much, especially when somebody else is doing it. Give it a few more little rubs here, and then let's go ahead and switch to the opposite side, bringing that thumb. Now, if this feels tedious, please allow yourself some patience. You know, remember, yoga is all about being in the moment, and you're already here, you're sitting on your mat. And if you're feeling a little impatient, that probably means that you need a little bit of time spent with yourself with this kind of thing, you know? Might not be something you do every day, but it can be a little treat. Okay, so let's go ahead and come on up to our shoulder. So right hand to left shoulder, and you can kind of reach behind and kind of spread your fingers out a little bit and draw them out and up. You can find that nice little space in the neck where it usually feels tight, and just lovingly give a little bit of pressure here. You know, thank you, shoulders, for holding my big head up every day. Thank you, neck, for, you know, all the times that you are powerful in holding my head while I'm watching, you know, TV or on my phone or on my computer. And then just go ahead and work your way down the bicep and tricep, just giving yourself little love squeezes. And then bring your hand back up to the top and draw the fingers, your pointer, middle, and index, your ring finger, and just lightly roll them around the front of the neck. Oh, I love this. It feels so nice. And just open up the space around the clavicle, stretching all of these muscles here. Maybe even coming up on top of the clavicle, working your way up the neck, and then back down. And I'm going to go ahead and switch to the opposite side. I'm going to start with the back of the shoulder. And you can kind of, you know, really kind of press in and feel all the muscles, all these strong muscles. If you wanted to, you could grab a tennis ball and kind of roll it around the area too, around the neck. That always feels really good. And I'm going to start to work my way down my arm, my tricep and bicep, squeezing. And not only, you know, you're getting the blood flowing, you're getting the energy flowing, any stagnant energy that you might have in this part of your body. Should feel really good. And you can even, I didn't, but you can apply lotion or even some essential oils. That would feel really good too. And then come back up with those 3 fingers and then just kind of press in gently, getting into all these little muscles. I always get super tight right here in the front, and gives me a bit of shoulder pain, but then when I go in and I do a little bit of this kind of self-massage with a tennis ball or with my fingers, it really helps loosen it up. Working back up the neck, getting into this nice big muscle here. Good. Go ahead and shake the hands out for just a second. Sounds like I had maracas there for a moment. Go ahead and shake the hands out. Then we're going to bring the hands to the back of the neck, to the base of the neck right here, and just give a couple of deep squeezes with both hands, same time. Should feel really good getting into that fascia. And then working your way up the neck, up the spine here, to the base of the skull. And you'll feel the base of the skull, the occipital bone there. And then just take your fingers and kind of spread them out and find some little pressure points here. You can bring your thumb at the base of your ear. Give a little rub there. Let the rest of the fingers rest at the base of the spine. You can move the fingertips around above the ears. And then come to the temples and kind of do the same, working your fingers kind of back. And the head, spreading them out. And shifting them around as you need to. And see if we can get the entire skull in there. A little self-massage. You can even come to your ears. Give your ears a little pinch. A little roll all the way down to the earlobes. And then open your jaw. Take your pointer and your middle finger and kind of press right in where where you can feel the jaw separate there. Give yourself a little massage in the jaw. If you wanted to, you could even take your fingers inside your mouth and kind of press in that area there. That feels really good too. And then you can work your fingers all the way down your jaw, into the cheeks, right along the nose and up through the sinuses and across the forehead. And you do that a couple of times. This is really good if you have any sinus clogging too. You can draw the fingers right up the nose there, the bridge of the nose and down and around. Good. So let's go ahead and work on our legs for just a second here. Taking both hands and just taking your, taking the fingertips, spreading them out wide and just giving your leg a nice little squish, a little love squish. You know, thank your legs for all they do, holding you up, walking you around. Strong. And then work down the calf. I might just have to stay here and do this all day. Start working your way back up the leg. And then give one nice big sweep of the hand all the way down to the foot, letting that energy that you've just released out of the legs, grounding it down. And then move to the other leg. Thank you, legs, for all you do. Down the calf. So good. And the bonus is we're kind of getting our hands and everything warmed up for our practice. So don't forget to do that final sweep, getting that energy. And then we're going to bring our feet into cobbler's pose and just give yourself a little bit of a massage on the feet. So bring that thumb into the center of the foot. And just find a nice little pattern here that feels good. I'm kind of doing a little circular motion, getting into the arch of my foot. And if I'm correct, I think that the line across the arch of the foot also has to do with your spine, which I find really interesting. So whenever I have back pain, I always try to give myself a little bit of a massage right here in my foot to find some relief. And then if it feels good, go ahead and go to the toes. Give your toes a little bit of a massage. Woo! Thank you, feet, for holding me up, for letting me dance, for letting me walk. Yeah, perfect. All right, you can give the feet one final little sweep too. Get that energy, flick the hands out, and then come back into your seated position. And as we come into our seated position, find a nice tall spine, relaxing the shoulders down the back, and just rest your palms face up on your thighs. Close your eyes if that feels good, and then just take a moment to really notice what's happening in the body. How does it feel? Are you feeling a little less tight, less tense? Are you feeling any kind of vibration sensations? I definitely feel like I got some stagnant energy to move around. It feels really good. I hope you're feeling it as well. Just take a couple of moments as you breathe, settling into your space, letting those shoulders relax, letting the arms feel heavy, relaxing all the skin around the face. And before we begin our practice today, let's have an opportunity to think of a time when your body really showed up for you. Really showed up for you. Maybe it was an exercise challenge, or maybe you were feeling ill and your body healed well, it healed quickly. Anything, big or small. And just remember how good it felt to have this powerhouse of a body that you have. You know, it's not just our feet or legs or arms or belly. We are a whole person. We are one whole being. And everything in our body works together to function properly. And even though I am definitely someone who has passed judgment on my body, it's really important that we remember how supportive our body is of us. What it does for us each and every day. And we can pay it back by being nourishing and giving it loving thoughts, by moving, exercising, dancing, hugging. Just looking at ourselves every day and in the mirror and saying, I love you. My God, you're amazing. And when our body does something that surprises us, you know, again, wow. You know, I never thought that I could do this, and I'm so proud of you. Don't be afraid to tell yourself how amazing you are. If you'd like, please bring your palms together at heart space as we set an intention for our class today. And letting that intention be filled with love and gratitude for the space that we're in, for the body that we have, for this beautiful time we get to spend together. And then when you're ready, we're just going to take a big breath in, sweep the hands above the head, and exhale, float them down. Turn the palms up, breathe it in, fingertips to the sky, and exhale, float it down. Give your lungs some love. Breathe it in. Notice how good it feels to breathe in a nice deep breath and exhale. Let it go. Breathe it in. Big breath in, filling the lungs. Our beautiful lungs. Turn the palms out. Exhale what isn't going to serve you in your practice today. One more time. Breathe it in. Big breath in, lifting yourself up. Exhale. Bring the fingertips down. We're going to inhale, hands into cactus arms, or arms into cactus arms, elbows directly out from our shoulders, and we're going to find a few little variations of cat-cow here. So you're going to breathe in, lifting the chest, letting the elbows reach back, open heart, and then exhale. Elbows and forearms can come together. They can kiss if that's in your comfort zone here, and then open up again. Breathe it in nice and big, lifting the chest. Exhale, rounding down, and maybe you just feel like dropping chin to chest today, and that's okay. You don't have to round fully. Keep the breath going. Open, exhale. You got it. One more time. Breathe it in and exhale. Bring elbows towards one another. This time we're going to breathe it in, open back up into cactus arms or goalpost arms. And we're just going to find some gentle twists. So breathe in, exhale to the right. Breathe in. Connect to that core as you come back to center. And as you exhale, let your core be what initiates the movement. Breathe out. Inhale back to center. And exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. And exhale to your left. Last time, each side, come to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center, and we're going to exhale to our left. This time we're going to drop right hand down to the knee, left hand beside you. Find a nice tall spine. Take a few moments and breathe. So here we thank all of our internal organs for helping us survive each and every day. Our stomach that digests our food, our lungs that help us breathe, our kidneys, our liver, our bladder, all the good stuff. So when we twist, it's believed that you are wringing out toxins from the body. On your next inhale, we're going to draw the hands above the head. And we're going to exhale to the other side. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Find that nice stacked spine. You can look over your right shoulder. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and introduce a little bit of movement in the neck here. You can do circles, look side to side, whatever feels good to you. We've already worked the neck a little bit, but you know, it never hurts to stretch out just a little bit more in that space. Good. Go ahead and take a nice deep inhale, lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, we're just going to float forward. Nice. So let's go ahead and come onto all fours. We're going to bring the hands underneath our wrists, our knees underneath our hips. Relax the toes so the top of the feet rests on your mat. We're going to pull in the low belly just a little bit. And when we do that, we'll see that our tailbone kind of shifts down just a little. So that's kind of what we want. We don't want our belly dropping down. We want to be nice and held in the core. So from here, we're going to reach our right foot back. And you might find that you need to adjust your hands. That's perfectly okay. And rule of thumb, toes are pointing down. And we want to do that so we can keep our hips nice and straight across in the front here. All right, we're going to take an inhale and we're going to swing our leg off to the side. And then exhale, bring it back and swing it across your left leg. Inhale, swing it forward. Exhale, swing it back. Inhale, swing it forward. Exhale, swing it back. One more time. Inhale, swing it forward. Exhale, swing it back. Drop the toes on the ground so your right leg is crossed over your left. And we're going to drop our knee right there. We're going to take our right foot and just kind of creep it over to the, take our left foot, creep it over to the right just a little bit. We're going to plant our right hand. We're going to take a big inhale and find a gentle twist here, pressing through the right palm, reaching through the left fingertips. One more breath here. On your exhale, float the left hand down. We're going to uncross the legs. Come back into your tabletop position, and you're going to stretch your left leg out this time. Keeping that toe down, connect into your core, strong in the arms. Take an inhale, sweep the left leg forward, and exhale, sweep it back and over. Inhale, forward. Exhale, down and back. 3 more. Inhale, forward. Waking up the hips a little bit here. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, you got this. Inhale and exhale, cross the leg. Toe to the ground. You can sweep that right foot off to the left a little bit. We're going to press into the left hand and inhale up through the right. Finding a twist. One more breath. As you exhale, you're going to float that hand down. Go ahead and release the legs. Good. So pressing into the palms again, we're going to find some circles here. So using the whole upper body and slowly rotating around. So we're getting into the wrists, the side body, the knees, the hips, everything. 3 big circles in one direction, and then 3 big circles going the opposite way. Good. So come back, all the way back, and come into a child's pose here for just a few moments. But I'd like to invite you to do an active arm here. So bringing the fingertips forward, tenting the fingers, and then dropping the chest and the forehead down to the ground. So you're going to feel gentle lengthening through the armpit, through the side body, and just find your breath here. Good. So we're going to walk our hands to the right, letting that left hip dip down to the ground, opening up a generous space in the side body so the breath can find its way there. And then come back to center. And then to the left. Dropping that right hip down, getting a nice big stretch through the right side of the body, through the armpit. I can feel it all the way from my fingertips down into my hips. And then come on back to center. And we're going to walk the palms back. And we're going to sit on our feet. So bring those knees in, turn those toes under, and you're going to sit back on your heels. Now, if it isn't comfortable to sit back on your heels, just simply come into your tabletop position and turn your toes under. We just want to get a nice stretch in the feet. Our poor feet, they, you know, unless you're one of these people that are lucky enough to go out and get massages, you know, once a week or once a month or whatever it is, your feet probably don't get a lot of attention. And if you spend a lot of your time in flip-flops or in high heels, you need to do this exercise because it can help prevent plantar fasciitis. It's really, really, really good for your feet. And yes, it can be uncomfortable, but it's so good. So I just invite you, and we're just going to stay here for a few more seconds, just to close your eyes and just find your breath. One more breath here. And we're going to go ahead and come forward if you're sitting back. Everybody release the toes. Go ahead and give them a little slap on the ground here. Just wake them up a little bit. I know sometimes that can be quite rough. And then we're going to take our right foot forward. Now, remember, if you have knee issues, pad your knee. I'm going to pad my knee today, just for shiggles. And we want to keep our front knee above our ankle. When you're ready, we're going to take a nice deep inhale and we're going to come into our crescent lunge. Now, if you want a deeper stretch in your hip flexors in the front of your hip on the left side, draw that knee back even farther. And then you can drop your hips down as well if you'd like. We just want to be careful of the positioning of our knee in the front. Opening up through the chest. Bring the fingertips up. And we're going to exhale the fingertips down. Inhale, bring the fingertips up. And just feeling the muscles in the arms, the muscles in the legs. Exhale, bring the hands down. And this time, bring the hands up. And we're going to exhale, left hand down, right hand stays high. Here you go. Good. If you'd like, you can lift up that back leg. We're going to do some circles here. So big breath in and pointing towards the toes. Exhale, release the arm down. Inhale, sweep it up. And I would love if you would take advantage of the space you're in. So big, big circles. See if you can get your shoulders into it, maybe even your hips. One more time. And as you come on down, bring that hand to the inner part of the foot. You can drop that back knee and we're just going to walk into a little runner's lunge or a half splits here, drawing the right hip back and lifting the toes to the sky. You can use your blocks here too underneath your hands if you need a little extra space there. And then go ahead and roll the foot forward. Bring both hands to the inside and sweep that leg behind. We're going to draw our left leg forward this time. Same thing. And this side might feel a little bit different, so honor that. And then when you're ready, you're going to come up into our crescent lunge. Opening up that heart space and just feeling the entire body work together in this shape. feeling the legs moving towards one another. So they should be, your back leg should be drawing towards the front. You should feel those muscles start to kind of activate. Your low belly is pulled in, tailbone is relaxed, heart is open, ready to receive. Lift the fingertips to the sky, taking a big inhale, exhale, float those hands down. Just taking a moment here just to breathe and be in this space with our bodies. Exhale, float the hands down. Inhale, fingertips reach up. On your exhale, right hand to the ground, left hand reaches high. We come into a twist. You can lift up that back leg if you'd like. Take one more breath here, and on the exhale, you're going to draw the hands down, drop that back knee, and come into our half splits. Pointing and flexing the toes. And then go ahead and draw that foot forward. We're going to lift up that back leg, and we're going to bring the right leg forward. And we're going to come into our forward fold. And I always like to remind, just be mindful of your low back and your hamstrings. If they're feeling really tight, use a block. You'll see me, I use a block every single time. It just feels better in my body to have more of a flat back than a rag doll. But it is up to you. It's your body, whatever feels good and nourishing. That is what we want. So here we are in a forward fold, relaxing the neck, relaxing the shoulders, giving your body permission to release. Bending into the knees, dropping the booty down just a little. Let your weight fall into your heels. We're going to sweep the arms up, find our way into mountain pose, stretching through the front of the belly, relaxing the hands down by the sides. And just let your breath move down to the ground, relaxing the shoulders. We might find a little bit of activation through the quads, pulling up those kneecaps. And then again, take a big breath in and up, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, float the hands down. How do you feel? And one more time, big breath in, fingertips to the sky. And exhale, float the hands down. Bring the hands to your heart space. I'd like to offer up just a little challenge. You can take it or leave it. So we're not going to look down, but what I'd like to do is take our right foot and we're going to just slowly lift it up. Don't look down. You got this. And then we're going to draw the leg back behind us and we're going to come into a high lunge. You've got this. Pressing into that back heel and just take a peek to make sure that you've got your front knee aiming towards your second and third toe. And we're going to draw both hands up to the sky. Wrap your left wrist around your right hand. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale, reach to the left. And again, we're going to get a nice deep stretch here in the hip flexors and the front of the hips and the front of the belly. Also pressing through that back heel. Come back to center. Good. Big breath in, release the hands. Exhale down to the ground. We're going to inhale, float the hands forward, stretch through the foot so we find this line from fingertip to heel. Stay here, take a few breaths, make sure you're not drawing that knee, the front knee in front of your toes. For 3, 2, 1. We're going to go opposite. Take an inhale, draw the hands down, let that heel fall back. And once your hands reach the top, exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, fingertips float down and forward. Exhale, pause. One more breath here. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep those hands back behind you, just in the opposite direction, all the way to the sky. Straighten out that front leg. And we're going to turn the body so we come into our 5-pointed star. Relax those shoulders. And just breathe. Check into the body. Give it a big internal hug. Thank it for all it's done so far. And even if you're feeling a little tired, maybe the strength just isn't there, please find compassion for yourself. You know, we're not always in tip-top condition. We don't always feel 100%. We feel tired sometimes, and that's okay. So when you're ready, draw the arms out straight. Really snuggle those shoulders down. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, left fingertips are going to move to right toes. Right hand's going to reach to the sky. Breathe it out. Inhale, come back to center. Let those arms reach out. Exhale, right hand, left toe. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, down. Inhale, center. Big breath. Exhale, release. Good. Inhale back to center. Relax the arms down. Give the shoulders a little shake. Go ahead and heel toe those feet back to center, and we're going to make our way back to the front of the mat. So let's take 3 deep breaths here. Fingertips to the sky. Big breath in. Filling up the lungs. Turn those palms out. Exhale down. What isn't serving you right now? Are you letting that stinking thinking come in, that negative talk? Let it go. Inhale, big breath in. You deserve so much more than that. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring the fingertips up. And we're going to exhale, hands to heart space. Good. So we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So kind of bring your weight into your right foot. Don't look. Don't look. I know you got this. Hug into that low belly so you can get your center gathered around you, the energy around your center. Lift up that left foot. And we're just going to walk it back into our high lunge. If you didn't look, that's awesome. If you had to look, that's awesome too. No worries. I understand. All right. When you're ready, bring the hands above the head. And exhale, soft shoulders. When you're ready, take an inhale. Start to sweep those arms back behind you and scoop them forward. Good. Press through those toes. Find that line. And check in on your hips. Bring your right hip back and down just a little bit, and your left hip should fall into alignment here. One more breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to go opposite way. So inhale, sweep the hands back, almost like we're going in reverse. We're rewinding the tape. And exhale, soften through the shoulders. Inhale, sweep it back. Reach it out, stretch, stretch, stretch. Find that exhale. Feel your strength, your power. And then when you're ready, inhale, draw the arms back. Back and up. This time we're going to straighten out the front leg. And we're going to come back again into our 5-pointed star. Relax the shoulders. Bring the chest up. Fingertips out from your shoulders. Feet are parallel Make sure that you're not dumping into the outer edge, but you're also pressing into your big toes. And then we're going to take an inhale, and as we exhale, right hand to the right leg, left hand is going to sweep up and over. And then inhale back to center. Exhale. Go ahead and inhale, stretch to the opposite side. Left hand down, right hand's going to reach. And then bring it back on the inhale. Relax it down. Inhale, right hand down, left hand reaches to the right. Exhale, inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, inhale, last time. Rotate the left hand down, right hand to the sky, and then come back to center. And float those arms down. Skip, hop, jump, do a little jig into the center of the mat, and then go ahead and come on back to the front. I'm going to move my blanket out of the way here. Coming back to the front of the mat. Let's take a nice big inhale, fingertips to the sky, and we're going to exhale. We're going to float it down into forward fold. Inhale, find your flat back. Bring your fingertips towards the back of the mat so your arms line up with the side of your body. Pause here to breathe. Checking in on the legs, pressing into the big toes. Let the inner thighs rotate in so your sits bones rotate out. Lengthen from the crown of the head. Big breath in. Release. Let's do that again. Inhale, flat back. Fingertips reach to the back of the mat. And then exhale. Release. Last time, inhale, flat back. Stretch those fingertips back behind you. Big breath in. And exhale, release. Soften through the front of the body. Bend a little bit into the knees. And you can kind of find a little bit of movement here if that feels good. Yes or no in the neck. Maybe you choose to bring the hands to the elbows. Give a little rock side to side. Good. And pause. Bring the fingertips to the ground, bending the knees generously. Let's go ahead and walk the right foot back and the left foot. We're going to come into our plank position here. Hugging in that low belly, lengthening through the spine. If you want, drop those knees. And we're going to hold here. 2 breaths. And from here, we're going to come into side plank on the left. If you'd like, drop that left knee and then go ahead and rotate the side body, the right side body up to the ceiling, opening up with the right hand to the sky. If you'd like, if it's in your practice, you can release the left leg all the way out. And then you can stretch reach the right fingers all the way across the head if that feels good. To the back of the room. And go ahead and roll back into your plank. And then come to the opposite side. So either full expression of your side plank, or you can drop the knee for some extra support. Please listen to your body. Whatever it is you need, go ahead and fill that cup. And then let's go ahead and rotate back down. You're going to come to the knees, or you're going to float all the way down to the floor. Make sure you keep your elbows in, rolling all the way down. Relax the toes. Hands are beside the chest. Shoulders are rolled back. Elbows are pulled in. Press gently into the pubic bone and take an inhale, lift into baby cobra. We're hugging shoulder blades to spine. And exhale, release. Let's do 2 more. Breathe it in. And Exhale, release. Last time, breathe it in. Baby cobra. Exhale, release. Press into the palms. Push yourself back all the way into your child's pose, giving your low back a little bit of relief. And release. If your shoulders are tired, you can bring your fingers to your toes, letting the shoulders just relax. And finding this place of comfort. Closing the eyes and just allowing the body and the mind to just be. Finding stillness is a beautiful form of nourishment. We are so busy all the time. Even if we just sit at our computer and we're working or, flipping through social media, all these things can really keep our brain buzzing. And coming to a space like this that you can truly just call your own is so important. Check in and see if you can feel your heartbeat. Notice the quality of the breath. Take a few more breaths here. And then when you're ready, slowly start to draw the hands beside the head and bring yourself up. Let's come back onto all fours. And we're going to find a couple of cat-cows here. So when you're ready, dropping the belly down, lifting the gaze. And exhale, rounding through the spine, pressing through the palms. Inhale, dropping the belly. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Last time, inhale, drop into the belly. And exhale, rounding through the spine. Come back to all fours. And I'm going to invite you to come into a seat. And you can pad your bottom with a blanket or with a block, whatever might feel really good to you. And then we're just going to come right back to where we began. Relaxing the shoulders. Turning the palms up on the knees or the thighs. I invite you to close your eyes if it feels comfortable. And find your breath. And again, come to notice how it feels. Is it coming to you easily? Does it feel a little labored? We're just noticing. And then see if you can draw your focus, your inner focus, towards your heart space, your heart chakra, right in the center of your chest. And if you want, you can imagine a green light or even a pink light or a gold light shining around that space. And I'm going to offer up some affirmations. You can morph them into something that makes more sense to you. You can take them, you can leave them. But I do offer up the space for you to be heard. I am enough. My body is enough. My body is everything that I need and more. My body holds me up. My body tells me when I need rest, and I listen. I am strong. I am powerful. I am one of a kind. And I love myself. And I know sometimes that can be a hard statement to say, but you can give it a try, or maybe an image might come to mind to what love means to you, what that highest level of love would be for you, to connect to you and your body. I am enough. Let's take an inhale and stretch the arms out from the shoulders. And when you exhale, we're going to give ourselves a big hug. Bring those hands all the way to the shoulder blades if you can. If not, the shoulders are fine. Give yourself a big hug for doing this awesome work. And then when you're ready to inhale, breathe the arms out and open again. And exhale, close the arms again. One final big hug. And if there's anything that you want to offer up to yourself today, this is a perfect time to do it. You may, if you have a few moments, you might want to journal down any thoughts or anything that came to mind. And then on another inhale, open up the arms. Float them down. Take a big breath in. Release. I hope that you enjoyed today's practice. And maybe you'll share it with someone who you think can benefit from it. Maybe subscribe and press the little like icon. I would be forever blessed if you did. Bring your hands to heart space, dipping the chin towards the fingertips in honor of all that you are and all that you will be. I love you. Thank you for sharing your space with me today. Namaste.